Hey guys! So today I wanted to show you my current most used makeup brushes because I was looking through all the comments on my tutorials and I saw that a lot of people were asking like, oh, what brush did you use to, line your eyes, to apply blush and all that. So I just decided to show everything in this one video. So today I'm going to show you my 12 most used makeup brushes. I do have a couple more in there in my cup, but I don't really use those, only sometimes, but these are the brushes that I use all the time, like as part of my everyday makeup routine. Most of these brushes are from Mustaev, which is a Korean makeup brush line, because Aiden got me the whole set for Christmas, I think like 2 years ago, and the quality is so good, like it's so soft. Also, a lot of Korean makeup artists use the Mustaev brushes. I do have more Mustaev brushes because it was a set of like 20, but these are the ones that I do use. So let's get started. Okay, so first I wanted to start off with what I like to apply my foundations with. And currently I don't like using foundation brushes. I would prefer like beauty blenders or using my fingers to apply it. I just like the finish so much better, and I feel like whenever I use this or use my fingers to apply my foundations, I end up using less product compared to when I use a brush. So that's my favorite foundation applicator. Okay, so this brush is the MAC 266 brush. This one is really small and skinny, and it's angled. This is my favorite brush to use to apply my gel liners. And it's very dense and skinny, so it does a great job drawing really thin lines and is very precise. You guys know I like to draw my lines really thin, so this is perfect for that. But if you guys like to draw it thicker, then you could try the Sigma one, because Sigma one, it's a little fatter. This is the first brush that I ever purchased, I think like 6 years ago, and it's still perfect condition, like no bristles fell out and nothing's coming apart. Another favorite eyeliner brush of mine is the Mustaev E71 eyeliner. Now this one is kind of rounded, whereas the MAC is angled. So I like to use the MAC whenever I wing my eyes using the gel liners, and I use this whenever I don't wing the eyes. And I also like to use this to apply gel liners on my waterline, like top and bottom. Does a great job with that. If you watch Korean makeup artists like Jung Se-mood and I forgot the other artist names, but those makeup artists, they use this type of eyeliner brush a lot, you'll notice. Moving on, this is the Mustaev E55 Blending brush. So this is a blending brush, but I use this to apply shadow all over the lids. You guys probably saw me use this in almost all my tutorials. Hair is super soft and does a great job picking up color. So you can use this as a blending brush, but I also wanted to compare it with my Sigma blending brush. One thing I really like about Mustaev brushes is that it's really small, like compared to other brush lines, so it's really suitable for like Asian eyes or people with smaller lids. I never use this Sigma blending brush because, whenever I'm trying to blend out the shadow, this like takes up the whole area on my lid. So if I use this to blend out like wherever I need to, I end up just blending out the whole area. But this, since it's small, I can blend out exactly where I need to without ruining the rest of the shadows. Now this is the MAC 2 something, I can't really read it because it kind of faded out, but this is a just flat shadow brush. It picks up both matte and shimmer shadows really well, so I like to use that to pack on shadow. This is the Sigma medium angled shading E70. Now this one is really soft and fat and fluffy, so I like to use this to highlight like my brow bone and my nose bridge. And since it's not as dense, it doesn't pick up a whole bunch of color. It just adds the perfect amount of shadow on the brow bone. Whenever I'm creating a smoky like nighttime look, I like to use my Bobbi Brown Eye Smudge brush. Love Bobbi Brown brushes, but they're really expensive. But this is really soft and it's really dense. So this also does a great job picking up colors, like darker colors that I like to apply on the outer corner to create that V for the smoky, sexy look. Now I use this a lot too in my tutorials. This is the Mustaev E27 Small Fluffy Shadow Brush. Guys, this is really skinny. It's like, I think a little bit bigger than a bobby pin, but that's how small it is, and it's just a perfect brush to apply shadow like on the crease, because I like to apply the brown shadows like right where my crease is. And I also like to use this to apply shadow like down here on the outer third of my lower lash line. So that's my favorite brush to use for that. This is also a brush you guys saw a lot. This is the Mustaev V57 Point Concealer. The hair is so soft, and this one is also really skinny. It's like the size of a bobby pin, and it just feels like a piece of feather. This is a point concealer brush that you could use to apply concealer like right on the spot. But I like to use this to apply my shimmer shadows like in the inner corners. It does a great job picking up shimmer shadows. My favorite blending brush is the Sonia Kashuk, and I got this from Target like 3 years ago. This works better than my high-end blending brushes. And I think this one was the crease brush, but I like to use this as a blending brush. I use this whenever I want to like soften up harsh lines, and I just have to sweep it like twice and it blends it really nicely. The brush that I use to apply my Anastasia brow powder is my Mustaev E93 Eyebrow brush. The size is very similar to my MAC eyeliner brush that I showed you guys earlier, but this one, the bristle is a little harder since it is for eyebrows and it's angled. For my blushes, I've been using my Mustaev V31 Blush. Now I prefer this kind of blush brush instead of like the angled one, because I like the finish of it. It looks more natural and it's not too dark. It just picks up the right amount of blush. I just dab this into the blush and pat it onto my cheeks, and whenever I want more color, like more pigmentation, then I will swirl the brush into the blush and then just make circular motions, and that just adds more color. But for now, like for my everyday makeup, I just like to pat it on. So the last brush is the Mustaev V15 Powder brush, and it's similar to the blush brush, but it's a lot bigger. The hair is so soft and it's like the perfect size. I use this to apply my Bare Minerals Original Foundation Powder. So that was all of my current most used makeup brushes. I will list everything down below in the video info box. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!